Been one of my favorite parts of this whole process. This become basically a finished space now that doesn't feel like an addition.
Even from the outside, it looks like it was always meant to be. I think I started with this room maybe 20 years ago, and I had this whole idea like, this is a big family room over here, but we have a huge family, and I really want a space to expand. We're like, why not do a 2-story expansion rather than single? This is just a brainchild of mine.
That's the brainchild of a creative designer, that right there, all of the scribbles. You can easily see what she was going for when she started drawing this. She wanted lots of windows with a fireplace and the vaulted ceiling. She wanted to look out this room and see that.
Talking about boundaries, Alyssa looked at that and she said, well, we have 8-foot ceilings and we're putting an addition on with big vaulted ceiling stacks to it. Is it okay to go past this boundary?
Boundaries can be very helpful in design. It's, you go into an existing space and you always have something that's going to limit you. It actually, I think, makes things easier sometimes.
Well, and that CAD, too, pulled some inspiration pictures off Pinterest and House. Mm-hmm. We liked a stove sitting in front of a window.
Yep.
We priced the stove and found out, oh my gosh.
Well, and lesson learned, which I think a lot of people go through this, the wood stove, for the efficiency and the heat output that we wanted, evidently is not very common in America, and most of the photos that we had saved had been from Australia and Canada and places where they have different restrictions. Originally, our design just really wasn't going to be feasible here, unfortunately. And the wood stove that we could get was going to be so small for the space that it was like, maybe this isn't worth it. It changed everything.
I bet we put hours and hours and hours of research into that.
Here's what we want, and here are the units we can get.
Right.
How do we reconcile this?
We wanted that sitting on the stone platform with the floating hearth. Well, you can't do it. You have to use the pedestal. Yep. So now what we're gonna have to do, and we saw it on CAD, is we're gonna have to fake the base of it so that pedestal's behind something, so it looks like it. We did a workaround.
And that was one of the compromises that in the design process that you and Rod made together was, we'll switch to gas then. We already have wood here, which the initial priority was to have a second wood stove in this space. But that's just one of the adjustments you have to make.
Think about if all of that was words. Mm-hmm. We tried to capture that through words with no drawings. Could you imagine how difficult that would be? I mean, I'd space out in the first 10 minutes. I wouldn't be able to follow it up.
There's too many opportunities for misinterpretation.
You could say we use these pictures to say, is this like what you're picturing? Is this a correct reflection of the discussions that we've had?